Hello LT family, thank you for joining me for yet another video, and if you are new to my channel, do consider subscribing for more interesting videos. Now, not so long ago, I made a video about my birth story, the birth of my first child, a tragic one. I almost died after birth. If you've not checked that out, I'll leave the link in the description box, and also at the end of this video, go and see how crazy the birth of my first child was. But in today's video, I'm going to be telling you about the birth of my second child, which is going to be a short one because it was a planned C-section, and thank God everything went smoothly.
You trying to make me, I wanna leave and you're making, yeah. I try to see the one I need to love.
So after a difficult birth of my first child, I thought to myself, there's no way I'm doing this again. But we knew for a fact that we wanted more than one child, and so 1.5 years later, we started trying again for a second child, and I got pregnant immediately, first try as with the first one. And so we went to see my doctor. I had the same midwife, and she did try to tell me about a vaginal birth because it's possible after one C-section to have a vaginal birth. But to be honest with you, I didn't feel like I wanted to try having a vaginal birth after I've already had a C-section. I didn't want to go through trying a vaginal birth and then having another emergency C-section. She told me that if you've had an emergency C-section before, you are allowed to have a planned C-section immediately. And so I thought about it. I went back and forth with the decision, but then in the end I decided I was going to have a planned C-section. So we thought that we could have this at 38 weeks or 39 weeks, but she said it was safer to have it at 38 weeks so that we reduce the chances of going into labor before the planned C-section. So preparation for the planned C-section was quite easy. I went to the hospital weeks before, chose a date, and they told me on that date, if there are no people having emergency C-sections, I'll just come in the morning, have my C-section, and voila. And so at 38 weeks, that's when I had my C-section booked. Preparation for a planned C-section is just that a few hours before, I guess 8 or 6 hours before, you shouldn't be eating. So you can have a little clear liquids like water, but you shouldn't eat. My C-section was planned for 7 a.m. in the morning, so I just didn't eat. I had my dinner, I had a light dinner the night before, and then I didn't eat, of course, the whole night. And then in the morning, I just had a glass of water, and then I went straight to the hospital. We got checked in, and as usual, as with my first child, I was panicking when it came to put the anesthetic. I don't know why I'm so afraid of this injection. Anything to do with the spine, and I read too much about these things. I read about the side effects and everything, so I was panicking, I was scared, but not as much as I did with my first child. And so we went in, and everything went okay. The only thing that the surgeon saw was that my scar was, what do they call it? They call it adhesion, where your scar tissues stick together. So this made the surgery a bit longer and more difficult than the first emergency one. So the scar tissues from my previous surgery had stuck together, and so it made the surgery a bit longer. If you want to avoid this, I was told that you massage your scar after it has healed, of course. You massage it slowly, even daily, to prevent the scar tissues from sticking together, which can cause even pains in the future. You've had people talking about pain where they had their C-section incision. So yeah, these are some of the side effects of having a C-section. So anyway, I had the C-section in the morning, and my baby was born, and she was fine, she was healthy, she was amazing, she had lots of hair. And as usual, the baby was taken to my husband first. I saw her for a split second, and then she was taken to my husband. The healing process for the second C-section, I feel like it was longer or it was more painful. Now with the first child, before I got really sick after birth, 2 days later I felt like, I could bear the pain even without very strong painkillers. With the second one, I needed those strong painkillers until 5 days after birth. I couldn't move, I couldn't do a thing. Thank God my mom was around. She did lots of cooking, lots of cooking, cleaning, and so it was okay. After about a week, it felt better. And that was the birth of my second child, no problems whatsoever. And so dealing with 2 C-sections, to be honest, I've not had any problems, no back pains, no pains where I had my incision. And so I'm thankful to God about this, and hope you enjoyed this one. Tell me if you've had a second or a third or a fourth C-section, because I know now people can go for as far as 6 C-sections, which I think is very risky, but I know that it's being done now. The lady who gave birth next to me had 4 C-sections. That was her 4th C-section, but I remember the doctors told her that you need to stop now. She had 4 boys and she wanted a girl. So yes, hope you enjoyed this story, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.